am sorry, but I cannot hear clearly.
Hi, good morning. We're just waiting for Judge Wilson to come back to the bench.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yep. Ah. Well, hello. Can you guys hear me like that?
Judge, if you want to address,
Yeah, let me see if we can turn it down a little bit. Amplified. I'm not on the record yet, so I just got the speakers on.
if you want to address the 33-day motion case from yesterday.
All right, let's do that. Let's go on the record. Now, where do you have the order? Well, I think the order is in the other courtroom, but. Okay. Disconnecting my scanner.
Guess you can't have everything.
We're right there. Let me go grab one of them. Let me grab the order. No, I need to grab the AVP one because my scanner is not. I don't have a scanner. Or we'll get orders later. All right, well, let's do all the easy stuff. Can we get a state for the names on the record?
Happy Kennedy Swanson on behalf of the Office of the State Attorney.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
And I got Ms. Davis down here from Pretrial Release Services. We got our semi-new technical courtroom set up here. But my scanner's not working, so somebody's gonna be upset with me. They're gonna have to read, listen to the whole audio.
The whole audio to figure out
Listen to the whole audio and figure out what happened here today. Here to go. So, oh, that's awesome, guys. That's good.
Judge, I'm gonna slide right by you.
Yeah, good. Yep, good. Super good.
All right, and then Judge, we added this microphone,
Yeah, well,
and for court reporting, just as long as it's green, it's working.
all right, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, Swanson didn't know what to do.
A little too good.
All right, what was the case number? Because I don't have the order in front of me.
2020 CF 15143 Cedric Rashawn Taylor. Judge on that case, that information has been filed consolidating two other felonies with this homicide case. Information was filed yesterday. And Judge O'Kane signed the probable cause order consolidating all three cases.
All right, now on that. Give the order on courtroom 2 a little bit later after that. So I have Donnie Reed as my first person. Well, sir, can you tell me your name?
Donnie Lamar Reed.
All right, Mr. Reed, you are here in two matters. The first is 2021 MM 1342 AO, and on the charge of possession, provide 502 AO, on charge of driving license suspended. The court did review the charging affidavits in both cases, did find probable cause as to both cases. Ms. Kenny Swanson, you have any offers to resolve these two cases?
What was the other charge?
Providing false information, and then there was a charge of driver's license suspended. I'm thinking about it. I only have an affidavit for the driver's license suspended.
Looks like it's the same affidavit.
It's the same affidavit, but no. Oh, it's way in the back. All right, I got it. Yeah.
An adjudication credit for time served.
The state of Florida is offering an adjudication and guilt credit time served. You want to take that offer today?
Oh, today? Yes.
Yeah, you can get the case resolved today. You don't have to come back to court or do anything like that. So if you
Yes,
want to do that
sir.
today, it's fine.
Yes, sir.
All right, you can raise your right hand and be sworn in. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you are here in 2021 MM 1342 AO on charge of providing false information to law enforcement. That is a first degree, put your hand down. It's a first degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. In 2021 CT 1502 AO, and you're being charged with driving license suspended. That is a second degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. You understand that? You want an area plea of guilty or no contest to resolve the cases today?
No contest?
You understand by airing a plea of no contest, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights.
Yes, sir.
One of those rights you're going to give up is the right to have a trial where the state will have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that? Yes, sir. You understand you're going to give up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you if you cannot afford it.
Yes, sir.
Your attorney at a trial can challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
If there was a witness you wanted to call and the witness did not want to come to court, the court can use subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes.
You understand you're waiving your right to remain silent in this case.
Yes, sir.
You're also waiving your right to have an appeal to appeal any errors in this case, except for the court's jurisdiction over you and the sentence I'm going to impose. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or forced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, I did review the charging affidavits in the two cases that you're in front of me today. I did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll start my sentencing with 2021 1342 AL. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I will give you credit for 2 days in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court calls the cost of prosecution in that case of $273. In 2021 CT 1502 AO, the court is going to adjudicate you guilty in that case. But one thing about this, sir, you understand that in the driver's license suspended charge, that this sentence and case can be used against you to enhance your sentencing up to a third-degree felony at a later date. If you pick up subsequent ones.
For the other charge?
Yeah, for driver's license suspended, if you pick up more driver's license suspended cases, the more you pick up, the more serious the sentencing can be in your cases. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'll adjudicate you guilty in that case. I'll give you credit for 2 days you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court calls the cost of prosecution in that case of $306. I'll combine these costs for payment into one payment plan. I will make them payable to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. All the costs can be one payment. You can pay it within 1 year of today's date. You got 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing.
Is both of them in Orange County?
Yes. You have a misdemeanor case and a traffic case. They're two separate cases. So they come with two different costs. So the cost is going to be by making one payment. So you won't pay two different payments. You just pay it in one.
You say I had another driving case.
You You have another
That
one?
was in 20, no, I'm asking, that's what you say?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
And that was in Orange County?
That's what you're arrested for just now.
Right, but was I out on bond on another one?
You're out on bond in your trespass case on the construction
Oh,
site,
okay.
and we'll deal with that in a moment, but I'll make sure you're done with this case first.
Okay.
All right, so you have 30 days to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing in each case. I'm not taking any action in 2020 CF 15227 AO in case you're out on bond, all right? Have a great day.
LaCoya,
All right, Ms. LaCoya Bell is supposed to be here for arraignment 2021 MM 812 AO. She's a public defender client.
Division 85 pretrial conference date will be March 29th, 9 a.m., courtroom 4A.
All right, Mr. Witter is supposed to be here in 2021 MM 137 AO.
At the time of the phone call, Mike told you that Mr. Tran was saying that he was possessed by demons?
And she's also a public defender client. Ms. George. Oh, she's Ms. George. You gotta deal with Ms. Witter first. The public defender client. You want to waive his arraignment?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll waive it.
Division 50 pretrial conference date will be March 15th at 2 p.m., courtroom 7C.
Alexander.
Victims in this case describe a dark spot on Mr. Tran's
Are we ready to go?
correct?
Just a moment.
You have not taken any pictures or confirmed this for yourself by any pictures, correct?
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Jalen.
All right, Mr. Alexander, you were here in 2019 CF 7054 AO for a failure to appear warrant. The judge signing your warrant set your bond at $0. Your bond remained at $0 for the appointed public defender to represent you in your case.
We have a private
Do
attorney.
you have a private attorney?
Yes.
Okay, well, I won't do that. You need to contact your private attorney. He can get you in front of the appropriate judge for a bond hearing. Have a great day, sir.
I don't have any further questions, Your Honor.
What's your name, ma'am? Your name? Ms. Davis, you're here in 2021 CF 2252 AO on a charge of possession of MDMA or ecstasy. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, it did find probable cause for your arrest. I want to stay your bond in the amount of $1,000. Or $1,000. I just want to set your bond in the amount of $1,000 in this case. Additionally, your bond if you possess of drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You're out on bond in 2019 CF 1172 AO on charge of aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer or corrections officer.
No action.
What are her bonds? That's all. It wasn't on her sheet. So her bond amounts were on her sheet. Oh.
That's off the narrative, any redirect?
It was 10,000, Your Honor.
Ms. Davis, I'm not going to take any action on your 2019 CF 1172 AEO case. But I'll let you know that there are services here in our community, at the jail, down at the courthouse that can help you with your substance abuse problem. But it's going to be up to you to take the first step. And
That's why I was waiting for my divergent plan because I was working on my GED and mental health all at the same time when I went in.
All right. Well, keep working. Keep working. There's going to be some setbacks sometimes, but you got to keep moving forward, all right? All right. Have a great day. All right, this is Javier Torres, 2021. It's 2021 CF 2257AO. I'm appointed public defender to represent him. I want state of bonds and at $1,000 in that case. Going to make condition of bond had no contact with the victim. Do not return to the scene, the location where it's happened. Come on up, sir. Tell me your name.
For new.
It's a new year, 2018 CF 14058AO on a violation of probation warrant. Just on your warrant says your bond is $0. So based on the charge, you're out on probation for. You are a violent felony offender of special concern. You will be held in custody until your case is resolved, all right? All right. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Have a great day, sir. Thank you. You tell me your name, ma'am? I can't hear you.
Stacy Privat.
Is it Privat? Ms. Privat, you're here in Osceola County case 2020 MM 2698 AO. For a failure to appear warrant. The judge signing your warrant set your bond in the amount of $2,999. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in your case. You can post the bond, you can get out. Otherwise, we'll get you down to Osceola when we can.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Laura Bretaña, Spanish interpreter. The interpreter has already been sworn.
Good morning. Interpreter, this is Judge Payne calling from the PRC. I have more I need your assistance with. I have a defendant with the headsets on. Sir, can you tell me your name?
Your Honor, I'm not yet connected.
I'm sorry, apologize.
Let me try again.
Hopefully you're listening.
Your Honor, you're in BRC1, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's ringing, but it's not connecting. Oh, it's connected. Let me verify. There is contact. I don't know why it rang for a long time, but it finally connected.
I think our AV is, we were getting some retrofitting done here in this courtroom yesterday, and they're still, I think, working out some of the issues. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Pedro Gallegos.
Mr. Gallegos, if you're going to use an interpreter, you're going to have to wait for her to interpret. Sir, you're here in 2020 CT 1245AW. Your warrant. The judge signing your warrant set your bond at $2,000.
Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but I'm having issues with the connection. I I would like you to please call again because
All right.
I can hear everything I say, but not what you say.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll
Thank.
try again.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Jose Sendra, certified Spanish interpreter, previously sworn in.
All right, Mr. Sandra, this is Judge Bain calling from the BRC Courtroom 1. I have a defendant with the headsets on. Can you see if you can make a connection?
Give me 1 second, Your Honor.
Ms. Figueroa, since I know you're probably listening to this, can you go down the hall and see if AV can come back in here and see if we can get this figured out? Yeah. Awesome. So, all right. Close. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Jason Carson.
Mr. Carson, you're here in 2020 CF 8760AO on charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, battery, domestic violence, and improper expedition of a weapon or firearm. The court did review the charging affidavit. The court, a judge signing your warrant has already found probable cause for your case. I'm going to set your bond in count 1, the amount of $1,500. Count 2, $500. Count 3, $500. That's going to come with pretrial release supervision, that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You do not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours. Order that you maintain a separate residence. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have. Do you have any questions about the no contact order, Mr. Carson?
No, sir.
Your Honor, will you allow him to return to Georgia while on pretrial release?
Yes, sir. You can return to Georgia. Just
Yes, sir.
don't get in trouble up there, or don't violate my orders when you go, because it's a little bit of a bus ride from jail to get back down here. All right.
No, that's why I got locked up.
Yep. So you know the deal. So they ain't flying.
Well, up there neither. I just didn't know I ain't have a warrant. That's all.
All right. All right. Have a great day, sir.
On amount again, Your Honor.
1,500 and then 500 on the other 2 counts. And the public defender represent him. Oh, I got a screen looking like I may have an interpreter, but I'm not sure.
Your Honor, please excuse me for interrupting. This is Jose Sendra, the Spanish interpreter. We're having technical issues with the headset. We have a good video, but on the headset, we're calling other colleagues and myself, and it always gives us like a ringtone. So we can't hear them. AV is informed of this, and we're trying to get this resolved as soon as possible, Your Honor.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, they were working in this courtroom yesterday, and I wasn't planning that everything was going to work properly. So we'll try to get that figured out before the end of our docket.
Thank you for your understanding, Your Honor.
Yeah, no problem. Have a great day. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Andrew Dale Carwise.
Mr. Carwise, you are here in 2021 CF 2032 AL on 2 charges: battery by strangulation, domestic violence, and then battery domestic violence. The judge signing your warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. We wanted to set your bond in count 1 in the amount of $3,500. Count 2, $500. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision, that you have no contact with the victim, that you maintain a separate residence from the victim. Not sure if they're still at the residence, but if PTR is able to verify that, then he can stay at the residence that the victim had moved out. Otherwise, they'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the residence. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You have any questions about the no contact order, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Ms. Kenny Swanson, is there any other conditions you want me to consider?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Have a great day, sir. Hello, sir. Tell me your name.
Patrick Francis.
All right. Mr. Francis, you're here in 2021 CF 1482AO on charges of battery by strangulation, domestic violence, and battery domestic violence. The judge has already found probable cause in the signing of your warrant. I want to set your bond in count 1 in an amount of $3,500 is the count 1, $500 is the count 2. Order that you have no contact with the victim, that you maintain a separate residence from the victim. They'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You have any questions about the no contact order, sir?
No, sir.
Have a great day, sir. One point, the public defender represents you. You okay?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay. We're out of order.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Dante Thomas.
All right, Mr. Hunter, you're here in 2021 MM 1328AO on charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, it did find probable cause for your arrest. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
I'm Tina McIntosh.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, put your hand down. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Hunter?
That's my child's father.
All right, and
My fiance, rather. I'm here. The reason I came was because.
Well, answer, are you afraid of him?
No.
All right. Do you want to have contact with him?
Yes.
Did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
I'm sorry?
Did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No.
And has anything like this happened in the past?
No. The reason for me coming.
Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. George?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Now, you can tell me, I'm not sure what you're gonna tell me, but if it's, you want the charges dropped and those kind of things like that, that's what's gonna happen today, so I don't know. All right, so what else you need to tell me about this incident?
Okay, so no, the reason for me coming was because the statement or something that supposedly someone wrote, I got it from my job and whatever. My job was telling me everything. Okay, so the person that supposedly wrote the statement and everything, supposedly I was supposed to have been punched in my face, and supposedly I was supposed to have been kicked in my face or kicked in my stomach. I came here today so you guys can see there's nothing new. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I'm letting you guys know that was not true.
Okay.
The man did not place his hands on me at all.
Okay, well, cover your face. Thank you. All right, sir. I want to set your bond in this case in the amount of $500. It's gonna come with no hostile contact with Ms. McIntosh. My definition of no hostile contact is this. You all have shared a child together. You all can argue about you may not spend enough time with the child or some other things that be going on with your relationship that may cause some conflict. These disagreements cannot become violent. They cannot become threatening. They cannot become to the point where either Ms. McIntosh calls law enforcement or somebody that sees what's going on calls law enforcement because they think that something threatening is happening, okay? Because if that happens, then you're gonna be sitting here with me at the Orange County Jail. Do you understand that? All right, not allowed to possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. All right, sir, the court did find probable cause that you did commit a new law offense while you were out on probation in 2019 CF 2155AO. And in that case, the court is going to find an on-view violation of your probation. We're going to set a new bond at $0 in that case. We're going to appoint a public defender to represent you so you can get in front of that appropriate judge to have that bond hearing. Yes, ma'am.
Did you say you were gonna put an on view on him, or there's already
There's
an
our
on
warrant.
view?
I didn't have the warrant. I just had the.
No, there's an affidavit for an on view, VOP on him.
There is. Well, see, I was up. Sorry. Yep, you are correct. There's an affidavit for on-view violation from law enforcement. So based on that, the court's going to say your bond is $0 in that case, and we're going to get you in front of the appropriate judge to have the appropriate hearing. But this is telling me he's a violent felony of special concern. Oh, I see. Sir, is it burglary of a dwelling he was on in this prior case?
Yes, marijuana sale, manufacture, and burglary of dwelling.
All right, sir, since in your history you were convicted of a burglary of a second degree or higher amount in degree, you are considered a violent felony of special concern, not subject to release until we have a danger hearing and your case is resolved, all right? So I'm appointing a public defender to represent you in this case. Say again?
I'm not understanding.
Me
All right,
either.
sir, the legislature has passed laws when people have either on probation for a crime, previously committed a crime, or have alleged to commit a crime, that probable cause have been found that's in the enumerated statutes in 948.06. If that's the case, the court cannot release you. It says that you shall not be subject to bail. So I cannot release you because of that.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I was still confused about everything. I'm trying to hear what you said.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you repeat that for me, please?
Which part?
Because you said that he couldn't be released or something. I'm trying to figure out what
He
happened.
can't be released
Okay, and so to what?
because he's considered a violent felony offender of special concern.
Okay, so what have to happen? Uh-oh.
He has to get in front of his division judge, and they have to resolve his VOP and have a danger hearing. So those two things need to happen before
A danger warrant.
A danger hearing.
A danger hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Before he's allowed to be released.
Okay.
great day, man.
Okay, thank you.
This is Dante Thomas. He's supposed to be here in 2020, CF 15360AO. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent him. Yes, state. Were you intending on filing pretrial detention motions?
I don't even see the case right now. I'm looking for Mr. Thomas's case.
All right. The court has concerns based on this defendant's prior history and in fact he was just released last summer from DOC for another touching somebody against their will. I'm going to set count one in the amount of $50,000. Or you have no I want to say the other counts in the amount of $1,000 and $3,000. Or you have no contact with the victim, not returned to her residence, not possessing weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms he has need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. And not possessing any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Audley Donaldson.
Donaldson? Correct. Donaldson is your last name?
35.
No, I'm asking you. Your last name is Donaldson? What's your last name?
My last name is Donaldson.
Donald or Donaldson?
Donaldson.
There we go. Sir, you're here in 2021 MM 1344AO on charge of battery dating violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm a witness in the witness booth. Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Joyce Ramirez.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Cover your face. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Donaldson?
He's my recent ex-boyfriend.
All right. And are you afraid of him?
No.
Do you want to have contact with him?
Yes.
Has anything like this happened in the past?
No.
Did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No, Your Honor.
If something like this were to happen again, would you feel comfortable contacting law enforcement?
Yes.
Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. George.
I would like to just state, Your Honor, that we do live together, and we're in the process of moving and going our separate ways.
Okay.
We do have some financial arrangements together. We also have our lease together. So I would like it if he could.
Hostile contact.
What was that?
He's going to be able to contact you.
Okay.
And come back home.
Okay, I just wanted to make
With
sure.
some conditions, all right?
Okay.
All right, sir. I'm going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $250 in this case. You'll be conditional your bond will be pre-trial release, that you have no hostile contact with the victim in this case. So can you hear me?
No.
All right. I don't know. You think you might need a hearing test?
Yes, please.
Yeah, please. I actually can hear myself, which is not usual. All right. Can you hear me now?
No, I can't.
Yep, you can hear me now? Too loud? Not loud enough?
No.
Can you hear me?
No.
Is that working? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
It's not.
Oh, those aren't working. All right, another thing AP needs to fix. All right, on point of public defender represent you. So Ms. George, maybe communicate this with you. I'm sorry to speak as loud as I can.
Okay.
You want to set your bond amount of $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You're not allowed to have no hostile contact with the victim in this case. No hostile contact means this. You all can have discussions and arguments about things that people have arguments about all the time. You know, who left the toilet seat up? Who left the plate out on the counter? Who didn't wash the dishes? All those kind of things like that. Those arguments cannot turn violent. They cannot turn threatening. They cannot come to a point where either the victim's going to call law enforcement or somebody that sees or hears you all arguing is going to call law enforcement. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If that happens, you'll be spending your time here with me at the Orange County Jail. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So don't violate my court order.
No.
All right? You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You understand that?
I don't have any, no.
I know. I'm just telling you. If you do come into contact with one, you got to turn it over. All right? Have a great day, sir. Have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you.
Johnson is medical.
This is Mr. Johnson. Johnson supposed to be here in 2021 MM 1346AO on charge of battery, domestic violence. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent him.
We'll wait.
All right, we're going to, court did find probable cause for his arrest. We're going to set his bond in amount of $2,500. Condition of his bond, he had to have no contact with his victim. He is to maintain a separate residence from the victim. He must not, may not give a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items he has. He's not possessing any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms he has need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. He's not allowed to possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Oh, sir.
Good morning, sir.
All right, good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Jeremy Tyler Nobles.
All right, Mr. Nobles, you're here in 2020 MM 1348 AO on a charge of violation of a domestic violence injunction.
Yes, sir.
The court did review the charging affidavit and did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond in this case amount of $500. Conditioning your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. Do you have any questions about the no contact order?
Yes, sir.
That you abide by the injunction in 2021 DR 2169 AO.
Yes, sir.
You're not allowed to possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
Understand. Yes, sir.
And according to the injunction, you're not allowed to return to her home, so you can't go there. All right?
Yes, sir.
Was on PTR, Your Honor?
Yeah, with PTR.
Oh, with PTR?
Yeah, it was $500 with pretrial release supervision. He had no contact with the victim by the injunction, no weapons, no firearms. Mrs. Kennedy Swanson has anything else she thinks I should order?
No, Your Honor.
This is Mr. Valentin. He's here in 2020 CT 303AO on a failure to appear warrant for driver license suspended. The judge set his bond amount of $500. Going to stay his bond at that amount. Not sure what's going on with his other cases, but I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent him in his cases. What else we got? All right, tell me your name, sir.
Sean Thomas Gohan.
Mr. Gohan, you are here in 2021 CT 1489AO on a charge of no valid driver's license. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, it did find probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kenny Swanson, is there an offer for Mr. Gohan?
Yes, Your Honor. Withholding credit for time served.
All right. Mr. Gohan, the state of Florida is offering a withhold adjudication of guilt, credit time served. You want to take that offer today?
Yeah, no contest.
Yeah, that's fine. You want to take the offer? Is the question.
And the offer is?
Withhold adjudication of guilt, credit for the 2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail, court costs amount $301.
Yes.
All right. All right, sir, can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hand down. Sir, you're here in 2021 CT 1489AO on a charge of no valid driver's license. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable with 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You say you want to enter a plea of no contest to resolve the case, correct?
Correct.
All right. You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights.
Yes, sir.
One of those rights, you're going to give up the right to have a trial when the state had to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand you give up the right to have the court appoint an attorney to represent you if you cannot afford it.
Yes, sir.
Your attorney in the case can challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. You understand that? If there's a witness you wanted to call, the court can use subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
And they have opportunity as review the charging affidavit in this case as well as the located driving record. The court did find factual basis for the entering of your plea. I'll accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll withhold adjudication of guilt. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. And I will impose court costs amount of $301. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay those costs directly in full. All right? You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You also have two traffic cases out of Seminole County that you're arrested for an out-of-county warrant. Your bonds in those cases are $250 on each count. And you can post that bond or we will get you on to Seminole County as soon as we can.
Okay, so I need to go down there, pay the bond there, or?
No, you can pay the bonds here.
Huh?
You can pay the bonds here. You can bond out here.
550s?
Yeah, $250 on each count. Yeah, so $500 total.
Okay.
All right.
Do that here?
Yes, sir. You do it here. Yeah, have a great day. Tell me your name, sir.
Nathan Strogan.
All right, Mr. Strogan, you are here in 2021 CT 1503AO on charge of DUI with a prior DUI conviction. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, it did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to a question. Does this one, just because of the prior DUI, doesn't qualify
I'm sorry?
for BTR?
He wasn't interviewed. He was in Safe Book.
Oh, that's right.
Get a chance to talk to him.
Quick look at it. You think he's going to qualify?
Yes.
All right. I was saying I want to release you on pretrial release in this case. In addition to your pretrial release, you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Not operate, so you're released on straight pretrial release. Can't operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Cannot consume any drugs, alcohol without a valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol testing. Narcotics testing will resume in 30 days. Alcohol testing will happen immediately. All right? Have a great day, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, got some arraignments. I got Rivera Torres, 2021 MM818AO. It's a public defender client. All right, that's Division 84.
Pre-trial conference date, March 15th, 9 a.m., courtroom 4B.
All right. Tell me your name, sir.
Christopher Barley.
Mr. Barley, you're here in 2021 MM 1341 AO on charge of petty theft. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. It did find probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, is there an offer for Mr. Barley?
Have the case number again, Your Honor.
2021 MM 1341 AO.
There is no offer in Mr. Barley's case.
Mr. Barley, you have a job?
Yes, sir. I just started one.
Okay. I'm trying to release you on pre-trial release in this case. Listen, but no,
I'm sorry?
because it seems like you're
Well, I
qualified.
was just
It
taken
was
back
just-
that he said he was employed, but he told us he was unemployed.
All right, so where are you employed?
I'm supposed to start back to work for Coast to Coast.
All right,
I'm employed, but I'm supposed to start back to work.
when is your employment supposed to start?
Monday.
Because I think that was the employment, and are you living with your mom or living with your girlfriend?
With my mom.
He can qualify here.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Brown, I'm going to put you on pretrial release, straight pretrial release in this case. This year in pretrial release, not return to the location where this happened, don't have any contact with any victims or witnesses. Not possessing any drugs or alcohol without valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. I'll give you 30 days grace period to get anything out of your system that you can. I guess you take steps during that time to help with your addiction problem. You have services here at the jail, services down at the courthouse, and elsewhere in the community that you try to take advantage of, try to get yourself some help, all right? All right, so don't have any setbacks, all right? Keep moving forward. All right, have a great day. Tell me your name, sir.
Saprente Collins.
All right, Mr. Collins, you're here in 2021 MM 1343 AO on charge of providing false information to law enforcement. Court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, is there an offer for Mr. Collins?
Adjudication credit for time, sir.
Mr. Collins, the state of Florida is offering an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. Do you want to take that offer today to resolve your case?
A contest, I think it is.
Yep, you can do that. You raise your right hand and be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, also help you God?
Sir.
All right, put your hand down. Sir, you're here in 2021 MM 1343 AO on charge of providing false information to law enforcement. That's a first degree misdemeanor, it's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Sir.
You told me you want to enter a plea of no contest, is that correct?
Sir.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights.
Sir.
One of those rights you're going to give up the right to have a trial where the state will have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Sir.
You understand you give up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you in this case.
Sure, what, sir?
You understand you give up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you if you cannot afford it. And at your trial, you can challenge the state's evidence. You can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. You understand that? There's a witness you wanted to call, and then want to come to court. The court can use subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand? You understand you're waiving your right to remain silent as to these charges.
Sir.
You understand you're waiving your right to appeal any errors in this case except the court's jurisdiction over you and the sentence I'm going to impose. Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir, I do understand.
All right. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I'll accept your plea of no contest in this case. Find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for 2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court costs in this case of court costs a cost of prosecution of $273. I order that those costs be paid directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Do you understand that, sir?
Sir.
Have a great day. One second.
God bless you, Your Honor.
All right. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Willie James Flores.
All right, Mr. Flores, you're here in 2021 MO 250 for the charge of disorderly conduct. There's 2021 MM 1347 AO on the charge of possession of that one. Just the MM? Okay. There's a cannabis one. You can go ahead and do that one too. So we can skip by that.
I'm sorry?
There's a cannabis one coming up in a minute too.
I gave her both.
Okay, both. Okay, good. All right, sir. In that case, it looks like the state of Florida in 2021 MM 1347 AO. You're arrested for a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. The state has filed no information as to that charge. So the court's going to release you on your own recognizance as to that case. As to this orderly conduct case, do you want to take the offer of withhold adjudication?
No contents, sir. No contents.
All right. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Help me God.
All right. Put your hand down. Sir, you're here in 2021 MO 250 AO on a charge of disorderly conduct. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest to that charge, you give them certain constitutional rights.
Yes, sir.
You understand you give them the right to have a trial where the city had to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, sir.
You understand you give them the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at that trial.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
All right. I did review the charging affidavit in 2021 MO 250 AO. Did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I accept your plea of no contest. Find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I will withhold adjudication of guilt. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court costs in that case are $223. I will give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have your name, sir?
Yes, sir. Christopher Gaskin.
Mr. Gaskin, you're here in 2021 MM 1334 AO on charge of trespass after warning. Court did review the charging affidavit. They found probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson. Mr. Gaskin.
The adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return.
All right, Mr. Gaskin, you want to take the offer of adjudication of guilt, credit time served?
I mean, I go home today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You raise your right hand and be sworn in. Do you
Yes,
solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're here in 2021 MM 1334 AO on a charge of trespass after warning. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest in this case, you give up the right to have a trial where the state will have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
I'm sorry. I don't understand. No contest.
You said you want to enter a plea of no contest, right?
But
I'm asking you, did you say, I thought I heard you say you want to enter a plea of no contest. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
By entering a plea of no contest, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
One of those rights, you're going to give up the right to have a trial where the state will have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand you give up that right?
Yes, sir.
You understand you get the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
I did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I'll accept your plea of no contest, find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge, give you credit for 2 days in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served.
Yes, sir.
Court costs and costs of prosecution in the case of $273. I order those costs be paid to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You got 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing, sir. Have a great day.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, this is Kevin Payne in 2021 MM1345AO. I believe the state filed no information as to that case, so the court is going to release him as his own recognizance as to that case and not taking any action on his out on bond case in 2021 MM244.
I'm sorry. What was the disposition on the case?
He's released on his own recognizance, so the
Okay.
state filed no information.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right, tell me your name. All right, got to step a little closer. There we go. Tell me your name.
Jomal Medina.
Ms. Medina, you're here in 2021 MM1164AO on charge of stalking. The court is going to I'm going to place you on pretrial release in this case. Condition of your pretrial release that you have no contact with the victim in this case. Can we get a no contact order for her?
I can't hear too well.
Because my review of this case and the prior injunctions that have been filed, I lead me to believe that we should maybe do that. All right, ma'am, take a moment to review that no contact order and make sure you don't have any questions about it.
So don't, okay.
I'm so sorry. You said she was released on pretrial release,
ma'am.
no contact with the victim.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not done yet. I'm just wanted to. All right, do you have any questions about the no contact order?
No.
All right. You are to not return to the victim's residence. Not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
I don't have none.
All right. And it's a no, in the order, the warrant says no contact with the victim's family as well. Say again? Yes, please. Yes. So there seems to be some history here. So that includes, and they try to contact you. All right, so no contact. All right, got me?
If they contact me, can I call?
No, you don't, you ignore it. Do not engage. Because otherwise, you're gonna get in trouble.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay. Yep, there we go. Tell me your name, sir.
Clayton Oliver.
Mr. Oliver, you're here in 2021 CO 101 AO and 2020 CO 508 AO for violations of conditional pretrial release. The court set your bond amount of $250 as to 101 and 508 is at $100. Ms. Kenny Swanson, do you have an offer from the county to resolve the
Yes,
cases?
Mr. Oliver, it's adjudication of guilt, credit for time served on both cases.
All right, Mr. Oliver, you want to resolve both of your cases today? You want adjudication of guilt, credit time, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, put your hand down. Sir, you're here in 2021 CO 101 and 2020 CO 508, Leo, for charges of solicitation without a permit. Both of those are second-degree misdemeanors. Both of those are punishable by 60 days in the county jail and $500 fines is each. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to hear a plea of guilty or no contest as a result of these two cases?
No contest.
You understand by airing pleas of no contest in these cases, you give them the right to have you give them certain constitutional rights. I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor.
One of those rights, you give them the right to have a trial where the county had to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, Your Honor.
At that trial, the county would, you understand you give them the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you in this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, Your Honor.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
You understand by airing this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, Your Honor.
I did have an opportunity to review your court files while I was in my chambers this morning. I did find a factual basis to enter your plea in both cases. I will accept your pleas in both cases, find that they're freely and voluntarily entered. I'll start my sentencing with the 101 case. It'll be adjudication of guilt, credits for the 2 days. How many days do you have?
Yes, 4 days in that case.
All right, 4 days and 4 days credit time served. I don't know what the court costs in that case, sorry.
$223.
There's $222 or $223 in court costs in this case. I'll reduce those costs of judgment. And there's a 508. And 508, how many days do you have?
6 days.
I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you 6 days credit for 6 days credit time served. The court costs in that case are $223. I'll reduce those costs of judgment. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment sentence in writing in each case. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
May we approach?
Are you on record? All right. All right, tell me your name, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your name?
Eddie Rutherford.
Mr. Rutherford, you're here in 2019 MM 666AW on a failure to appear warrant. The judge set your bond at $0. And he's represented by the Public Defender's Office. And I was going to ask if you guys have an offer.
No return and $76.76 to the COE Police Department.
Which one?
I think it was a COE,
It's a
if
COE.
I read that right. Did I read it wrong? I don't know.
No, it's a COE.
Okay. Rutherford? Did I have it right for Rutherford?
I'm sorry?
Rutherford?
Yes.
Rutherford, yeah. Ms. Rutherford, you want to talk to Ms. George about that for a moment, or do you want to take that offer?
We're gonna accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
Ms. Rutherford, you raise your right hand and be sworn in. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, sir, you can put your hand down. You're here in 2019 MM 666 AW on a charge of petty theft for one prior theft conviction. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You told me, Ms. George told me you want to enter a plea of no contest. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand one of those rights you give the right to have a trial where the state had to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Understand.
You understand you give the right to have Ms. George represent you at that trial.
Yes.
At that trial, Ms. George can challenge the state's evidence. She can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
If there's a witness you wanted to call and that witness did not want to come to court, the court can use subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You understand you waive your right to remain silent as to this charge.
Yes.
You understand that you are, sorry. You understand that you are waiving your right to appeal any errors in this case except the court's jurisdiction over you and the sentence I'm going to impose.
I understand.
You understand that the charges you're facing that can be used at a later date to increase your sentencing up to a third-degree felony.
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes.
All right, sir, I did have an opportunity to review a charging affidavit when I was in chambers this morning. I did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I'll accept your plea of no contest in this case, finds your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for the
4 days.
4 days that you have in Orange County Jail with 4 days credit time served. There's a cost of investigation in this case of $76.76 to the Hawaii Police Department. And the court cost and the cost of prosecution in this case are $273. There's a $50 public defender application fee and $50 public defender lien. I'll order that all those costs be paid directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You understand that?
Yes.
You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You understand?
Yes.
All right, have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
All right, tell me your name, ma'am.
Deanna Carol Shook.
Ms. Shook, you are here in 2020 MM 578 AW for a failure to appear warrant. The judge signing your warrant set your bond at $2,000. She's also represented by the public defender's office. And I was wondering if there was a offer to resolve this case as well as the 2020 MM 990 AW case.
I did make an offer for the 998W. Give me 1 second, Your Honor. I did make an offer for the other case, though.
One's Walmart. I think the 990 is a Walmart case.
The offer on the 2020 MM 990 would be adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return to Walmart, cost of investigation of $224.55 to the Hawaii Police Department. And
224.
20 MM 578 case, that offer was already conveyed of an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, and no return.
All right. It's 224.55. I wrote that down right? Okay.
That was 1 moment, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. George, you want to have a moment to talk to your client about both of those offers?
Your Honor, I did. My client would like to accept both of the state's offers. and enter a plea of no contest.
All right, ma'am, could you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, put your hand down. Ma'am, you're here in 2020 MM 578 AO on a charge of, I believe, they're both the same. And, all right, you're here in 2020 MM 578 AW, and also here in 2020 MM 990 AW. Both the charges are the same. Both of those are petty theft of $100 or more. Both of those are first-degree misdemeanors. They're punishable to 1 year in the county jail each and a $1,000 fine each. Do you understand that? You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you give up to certain constitutional rights. You understand you give up the right to have a trial where the state will have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. That's in each case.
Right.
You understand you give up the right to have Ms. George represent you at that trial. At that trial or trials, the state, Ms. George can challenge the state's evidence. You can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Right.
If there's a witnesses you want to call in either case that did not want to appear, the court can use the subpoena power to make that witness appear. You understand you're waiving your right to remain silent as to each case. You understand that you are waiving your right to appeal any errors in each case, except the court's jurisdiction over you and the sentence I'm going to impose. Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication? Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness? Has anybody forced, threatened, or forced you to enter this plea?
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Right.
All right, man, looking at your criminal history, you do have one prior theft in your past, and then these two thefts. Do you understand that another theft case, these two cases that you're pleading to today can be used later as a enhancement to your sentencing up to a third-degree felony?
Okay.
Hear you.
Sorry?
You understand that?
Yes.
All right. I did have an opportunity to review the charging affidavits in both cases. I did find a factual basis in both cases. I accept your plea of no contest in both cases, find it freely and voluntarily enter. I'll start by sentencing with 2020 MM 578 AW. The court adjudicates you guilty of that charge. I give it credit for the
8 days.
8 days in the Orange County Jail with 8 days credit time served. The court cost of prosecution in that case of $273. There's a $50 public defender application fee and a $50 public defender lien. Or did you not return to the scene of the location where the incident happened? We're going to move on to 2020 MM 990 AW. In that case, the court's going to adjudicate you guilty and give you credit for the
6 days.
6 days that you have in Orange County Jail with credit for 6 days credit time served. Or did you not return to the scene of the location? That's $224.55 to the Colby Police Department and cost of investigation that you owe. There is a $273 in court cost of prosecution. There's a $50 public defender lien I'm only going to put on that case. All those costs will be payable in one. I'll consolidate those for payment. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to make that payment directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. Tell me your name, sir.
Vilas.
What happened to Stephen Worley? Stephen Worley. All right. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent him in 2021 CO 58 AO. The solicitation case, you want to bring it back tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's bring him back in the morning. See if we can resolve his case.
The offer is an adjudication time, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get him out of here, but it's gonna be a while.
Hold on, may I have 1 moment, Your Honor?
Give me a moment. Like, let's bring it. I'll put him on the docket tomorrow. Let me talk to
No,
the
you don't need a
judge
moment for
issuing
that.
this.
State's gonna announce enough information.
It's a county case. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, we handle county cases. It's the.
Oh, you got the contract there?
The county case is a state case. It's not a municipal case. Yeah. So CO cases are the state attorney's office.
That's what I'm asking. Did you guys have a contract with the county to prosecute their cases for them?
Yes. So we handle. Yes, they're filed by our office.
That's what I mean, because the statute's a little tricky in that sense.
Those are our cases.
So she's gonna file
I'm gonna file no pros, because we filed it, so I had to file no pros. I'll do it in one moment. Yes, sir.
Got the right line this time. Gotta go ahead and get that contract with the city too.
They handle those two. Throw that part.
At least for in here. Say no across that case. You want to do it on the record too, or you just?
Yes,
follow it?
stated as a no pros in 2021 CO58.
All right. All right, sir. Tell me your name. Mr. Aviles, you're here in 2021 CF 2244 AO on charge of grand theft and resisting merchandise recovery. The court did review the charging affidavit in that case, did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond at count one, amount of $1,000. Count two, I'm going to stay at $500. Additionally, your bond, you not return to the scene of the location and have no contact with any victims or witnesses. Not going to take any action on your auto bond case in 2021 CF 917 AO. But you may want to look for some assistance to deal with your issue, sir. Otherwise, you're going to spend a lot of time here with me at the jail or in prison. So we have resources here at the jail, the resources here out in the community, and at the courthouse, people you can talk to get you some help with your addiction problem, right? But this, we're not try to keep it under control so we won't see each other soon, all right? All right, I'm going to point the public defender to represent you. I'm going to talk to Ms. George if you want to talk to her about any questions you want to ask me.
Is there any way
I can't hear you, Ms. George. Yes.
Is there any way you would be willing to release my client on ROR? The reason being is that Aspire, he has inpatient that he's supposed to go to with Aspire. They're going to admit him. However, he doesn't have any money to bond out, so we would just ask for ROR so he can get the necessary treatment in this case.
Paying for the Aspire, I mean, like, was he going to a program?
He said he's supposed to start an inpatient.
I know, but they don't do inpatient for free. So is he going through some other resource, like somebody grant money, like?
He said Medicaid. Or is it Medicaid? Yeah. He said they're gonna pay for it.
I'll do this. Sir. Because I understand the struggle that comes with that particular substance you're under control of. I can't outright just release you. I don't think that, and see how the law is going to allow me to do that. But I will set your bonds at about $250 on each count. Hopefully they can, I don't know, sorry.
That's okay.
Condition your bond, same conditions. But there's some resources here at the jail that may be able to get you on to where you need to go. All right. Ms. George can help you work on that. Sorry. Yep, too quick. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Remember Baston?
Mr. Basson, you're here in 2021 CF 746AO for a violation of the sex offender failure to register. The court, the judge signing your warrant has already found probable cause for your arrest. Want to set your bond amount of $2,500. Additionally, your bond that you have 48 hours from the time that you are released from the Orange County Jail to report to the sheriff's office and register. Appointed public defender represent you? Yes. Go ahead, ask Mr. George a question.
Thank you, sir.
All right. You good for one more?
I'm sorry?
One more, you good? All right, we're gonna do one more, we're gonna take a little comfort break, all right? Tell me your name. No, this is, yep, go ahead. Tell me your name.
Bobby Bowers.
All right, Ms. Bowers, you are here in quite a few matters. The first one is 2021 CF 2260AO. In that case, you were arrested for possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. The court did review the charging affidavit. In that case, it did find probable cause. Also here in 2021 CF 2259AO for fleeing attempt to elude law enforcement. The court did review the charging affidavit. In that case, it did find probable cause. You're here also here in 2021 CF 2264. Court did review that charging affidavit, possession of methamphetamine with intent to sell and deliver, possession of cannabis, and possession of drug paraphernalia. You're also here in 2021 CT 1495 for driver license suspended. And the last case is 2021 CF 2258AO for grant theft motor vehicle. All those cases reviewed charging affidavits and found probable cause. You also have an out-of-county warrant from Seminole County, and in that case, the court set your bond at $0 in that case. So let's go through all the bonds. So I think the only one I'm going to state the bonds in all your cases. I had to set a bond in your fleeing attempt to elude case. I'm going to set that bond in an amount of $2,000. Condition of all your bonds do not possess any drugs and alcohol without a valid prescription. One point of public defender represent you in all your cases. Have a great day, man. All right, we're going to take a 10-minute recess. Oh, go ahead. Is it because I'm calling from here, or should I use this
You
one?
can use either one.
Good morning. This is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line, already sworn in.
Good morning, Ms. Guerrero. This
Nice,
is
you guys
Payne.
working on it.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Your Honor.
We're trying to see if we got our headsets fixed here in courtroom one. If you can try to give it a test run, please.
Yes, one moment, please.
Okay, we're gonna try and fix that. That was something that
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, back on the record. Next person I have is Castillos. All right, sir, tell me your name. What's your name?
Elliot Anthony Castillos.
Put your hand down. All right, sir, you're here in 2021 CF 2262AO on charge of possession of methamphetamine. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to stay your bond amount of $1,000. Condition of your bond have merely not possessing any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You're out on bond in 2021 CF 1012AO. Actually, let me look at that case real quick. Court's going to revoke that bond, set a new bond at $0 in that case. Going to appoint a public defender to represent you in both your cases. You get you in front of the proper division judge, have the hearing. Have a great day, sir.
Excuse me? So is my bond reinstated?
No. You have a $1,000 bond as to your new case, and then I took away your bond as to your old case.
No bond.
As to that case, yes. All right, hello, sir. Tell me your name.
Mauricio Castro.
Mr. Castro, you're here in 2021 CF 2050 AO on a charge of second-degree murder with a weapon. The judge signed your warrants, already found probable cause for your arrest. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, what are you asking that I do? Ask Mr. Castro.
As the defendant continue to be held at no bond, Your Honor.
All right. And Ms. George?
No argument, Your Honor. We reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing.
All right. Based on that argument, the court's going to remain your bond at zero and none. Addition your bond or any release you have no contact with the victim's family in this case. Not return to the scene or location. May not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
Can you say that last part one more time, please?
No weapons, no firearms. If you have any weapons or firearms in your possession, if you do get out at some point while this case is still pending, you need to turn them over to law enforcement within 24 hours of that release.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Tell me your name, sir.
How you doing, sir? My name is Kenneth Deacle.
Mr. Deacle, you're here in 2021 CF 2248AO on charge of grand theft motor vehicle. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to stay your bond amount of $1,000. May I not have any contact with any victims or witnesses in this case. I'm not going to take any action in your 2020 CF 14472 case. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you. Do I have a bond, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. All right. Declare bonded. Heard that from the back. Yeah, I heard her. I heard her yelling from the back. So declare bonded, so Dennis Williams?
Sir.
All right. Oh, tell me your name, sir.
My name is Owen Ricardo Dennis Williams, sir.
All right. Sir, you're here in 2021 CF 2082 for I believe a warrant for written threats.
Yes, sir.
That case has already found probable cause for your arrest. You're also arrested in 2021 MM 1340AO on charge of battery. Court did review the charging affidavit in that case to find probable cause for your arrest. We're going to set your bond in 2021 CF 2082 in the amount of $5,000. Condition of bond, you had no contact with the victim in that case. You're not possessing any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I got a no contact order for him too, because it actually did involve his mom, I believe. So I said no contact, no weapons or firearms, right?
Yes.
All right. And then, do you have any questions about the no contact order, sir?
No, sir, I do not.
All right. You have 2021 MM 1340. In that case, the court did find probable cause, going to set your bond in the amount of $1,000 in that case. Or that you had no contact with the victim in that case. Maintain a separate residence from the victim. Be a one-time return with law enforcement to get your belongings from that residence. You're not allowed to possess any weapons or firearms. In that case, any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. All right. Have a great day, sir. One point of public defender represents you in both your cases. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
This is Nicholas Densler in 2020 CF 4919, and also in 2021 CF 2232. One point of public defender represent him in both cases.
We'll wait.
All right, so the failure to appear warrant in 2020 CF 4919, the judge signed that KP has set the bond at $0. The bond remained at $0. As of 2022-32 AO 2021-2232, the court's going to state a bond in the amount of $1,100 in those cases. Condition of bond, no drugs and alcohol without valid prescription. Tell me your name, sir.
Patrick Stacy Diaz, sir.
All right, Mr. Diaz, you're here in 2021 CF 2261 AO on charge of possession of methamphetamine. Court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to release you on pretrial release in this case. Condition your pretrial release, no contact with any victim, like any witnesses or co-defendants. That you do not possess any drugs or alcohol without valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. I will start the narcotics testing in 30 days. So if you have some issues, you may want to start getting those under control before the 30 days end, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, have a great day, sir.
And did you say no contact with the victim witnesses?
Witnesses and there's a co-defendant, it seems to be, but
Co-defendant and witness.
co-defendant and witness is what I said. There's no victim. No. All right. Thanks, sir. Have a great day. All right. This is Travis Grubbs in two cases, 2021 CF 2242 and 2021 CF 2243. Going to appoint a public defender to represent him.
We'll wait, John.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to order that Mr. Grubbs is don't think he's gonna qualify for mental health pretrial release with that, no.
Not with that charge.
Out of state, his bonds as set at $3,500 as an aggravated battery. Addition on that bond.
A PC challenge for aggravated battery.
Which one? This is the one to fracture wrist, right?
Yeah, fracture. My client had a fracture.
Yep.
However, there's nothing, to show great bodily harm.
Was
For a simple
all right. Ms. Kenny Swanson, what do you say as to the aggravated battery?
No objection to the finding of simple battery.
Are you asking for more time?
He is not.
All right. This thing, they actually arrested him for the wrong charge.
I believe so, Your
Huh?
Honor. I believe so, Your Honor.
Yeah. Because this is maybe aggravated, this may be battery on a disabled person.
That's
All right, but since they didn't write it on there, the court did find probable cause for a battery. Set his bond amount of $1,500. I'll state his other bonds and the amount of $1,100. Addition those bonds, no contact with the victim, no return to the scene of the location, no weapons, no firearms while it's valid for, no weapons, no firearms, and no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. That's 24 hours to return over any weapons or firearms. All right, sir, tell me your name. All right, Mr. Droman, you are here in 2021 CF 2233 AO on charge of aggravated battery with a weapon and battery on a person 65 years or older.
Yes, sir.
The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to stay your bond in count one, amount of $5,000. Count two, going to set your bond amount of $1,000. In addition to that bond, he had no contact with the victim in that case. You do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Not to be returned to the location where this happened. You also have 48 hours from your release to report to the sheriff's office and report as a sex offender or sexual predator. As a condition of your bonds in that case, you're out on bond in 2021 CF 1859 AO. And in that case, the court's going to revoke that bond and will set a new bond at $0 in that case. So you're out on ROR. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in that case, in all your cases. All right, have a great day, sir.
So you're gonna say he was out on ROR for that case?
Yeah, he was out on ROR in the other case, 2021 CF
Got it.
1859 case. All right, hello, sir. Tell me your name.
Mario Jones.
All right, Mr. Jones, you're here in 2020 CT 4580 AO for a failure to appear warrant. The judge signed your failure to appear warrant, set your bond amount of $750. You're also here in 2021 CF 2246 AO for a charge of grand theft. The court did review, grand theft motor vehicle. Court did review the charging affidavit. It did find probable cause for your arrest. You're also arrested for an out-of-county warrant from Osceola County in 2020 CF 3654 AO. In that case, the court had already found probable cause for your arrest and asked me to set bond at IA's. I did review the warrant affidavit attached to that before coming to court today. So in 2020, CT 4580, of course, going to stay your bond amount of $750. That's a 2021 CF 2246 AO. Of course, going to stay your bond amount of $1,000. Condition that bond had no contact with any victims or witnesses. And in 2020 CF 3653, you're facing a few charges there. Let me get them up. One was tampering to hinder communication with law enforcement. I'm going to set your bond in that case, that charge an amount of $1,500. There was battery, domestic violence. I'm going to set your bond amount of $1,000 as to that charge. There was petty theft of $100. Petty theft for $100 or more. I'm going to set your bond amount of $150. And then there was a charge of criminal mischief. I'm going to set your bond amount of $150 as to that charge. Condition of that bond, he is a no contact order. It's a DV case. Condition of bond, yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. What was the bonds on the first two counts?
1,500 and then 1,000.
Okay.
Condition of the bond, you had no contact with Ms. Woods. You understand that? You understand the no contact order?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No contact with the victim of that case, which was the same Ms. Woods that was involved in your Grand Theft Auto case. No contact with her. Do you understand that? You understand my no contact order?
Yes, sir.
All right, do you understand the order in front of you? Do you have any questions about the order?
No, sir.
All right. You must maintain a separate residence from her. You may return one time with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at her residence. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You may not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You be subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. I'll give you 30 days to any narcotics testing, but alcohol testing will resume immediately. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Is that a sign? Have a great day, sir. One point of public defender to represent you in all your cases as well. You almost ready with all right, let me know. When you're ready. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Edward Kish.
What happened to Sandra Jones? All right, Sandra Jones bonded. All right, Mr. Kish, you're here in 2020 CF 4926 AO for failure to appear warrants. The judge in those cases set your bonds at $300 and $200. So the bonds will stay at that amount and get you on to your next court date. All right, have a good day.
Can I ask you a question, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Well, ask Ms. George. One point of public defender to represent you. Ask Ms. George.
I'm sorry?
Ask Ms. George your question because everything you asked me is on the record. All right, we're going to do the our special case. Ms. Register. All right, ma'am, tell me your name.
Maisha Register.
All right, Ms. Register, you're here in 2021 CT 288 AO for a failure to appear warrant. The judge in that case set your bond at $0. Ms. Kennedy Swanson is an offer to resolve Ms. Register's case.
Yes, Your Honor, letter of plea to lesser included offense of no valid driver's license, adjudication of guilt, credit for time served.
All right. Ms. Register, you want to take that offer to resolve your case today?
What is it? Sorry, what did she say?
She could.
It's 322.02, right?
Okay.
You gotta give them the statute number. I think it's 322.02.03.
Yes, that's 322.03.
322.03. All right, Ms. Register, you want to take that offer?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Ms. Kennedy Swanson, you want to amend the charge?
Yes, at this point, the state would amend to no valid driver's license, Florida statute 322.03.
All right, ma'am, you're now being charged with no valid driver's license. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that? All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, yes.
No contest.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right, there we go. Ma'am, do you understand the maximum penalties for the charges you're facing?
Yes.
All right. Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve the case?
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you give the right to have a trial on this matter where the state will have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, sir.
You understand you give the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you in this case.
Yes, sir.
At your trial, the state can challenge the state's evidence. They can question this. Your attorney at a trial can challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
There's a witness you wanted to call to court. That witness does not want to appear. The court can use a subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Are you just saying you're waiving your right to remain silent?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. You understand that you are waiving your right to appeal in errors in this case, except the court's jurisdiction over you in the sentence I'm going to impose.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
All right, I did have an opportunity to look at your driving record and your charging citation in this case. I did find probable cause for a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I accept your plea of no contest to this charge. It was adjudication, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for the 1 day, right? 1 day that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 1 day credit time served. The court costs in this case and costs of prosecution are $306. I order that you pay those costs directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You understand?
Okay.
All right. Have a great day and good luck. Okay. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Christopher Mayfield.
Mr. Mayfield, you're here in 2021 CF 2251AO on charges of driver license suspended as a habitual traffic offender and possession of cocaine. Court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Made it about almost a good year without being in trouble. Release your own recognizance as to these charges.
Hey, what?
Or release you on your own recognizance as to his charges. Conditions that you do not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Unless you want to stay here with me. Well, take the public defender's appointed to represent you. Have a great day. Pretrial, Mr. McGee, I've seen him a couple times, all right?
Huh?
He's here on other cases, right?
Him?
Yes.
No, just those two charges.
No, the Mr. McGee right now.
Oh.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Adriel McKee.
Mr. McKee, you're here in 2020 CF 8822AO on charge of robbery with a firearm. The judge signing your warrants already found probable cause for your arrest. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, we asking that I do with Mr. McKee.
You to hold the defendant at no bond, Your Honor. It'd be a punishable life felony.
All right, Ms. George, I want to appoint a public defender to represent Mr. McKee. All right, Mr. McGee, I want to hold you at no bond as to this case. Condition to be released at any time, that you have no contact with the victim in this case, not return to the scene of the location, have no contact with any other witnesses or co-defendants, not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You ask Ms. George your question, and then, because everything you ask me is on the record.
Yes, I have a question.
Well, ask Ms. George.
Oh, he has no other charge.
Okay. Tell me your name, sir.
Miller.
All right, Mr. Miller, you're here in 2021 CF 2249. You're arrested for possession of methamphetamine, possession of oxycodone, and possession of cocaine. The court did find probable cause based on the charge sheet affidavit for all three of those charges. I'm going to state your bonds as set at $1,000 on each count. I'm going to make an addition to your bond not possessing any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. I'll give you a 30-day window grace period for any narcotics testing, but alcohol testing will resume immediately. I'm not taking any action in 2020 CF 1084 AO. All right, I'm appointed public defender to represent you in all your cases. Have a great day. All right, this is Mr. Dante Mitchum. He's here for another case in 2021 CF 2230 for a charge of grand theft. We'll appoint a public defender to represent him. Ms. George. All right, going to state his bond amount of $1,000, condition on his bond that he not return to the scene, have no contact with any victims or witnesses. Tell me your name. Your name.
Glenn Wesley Maury Jr. Glenn Wesley Maury Jr.
Maury, that's right. All right, Mr. Maury, you're here in 2021 CF 2265 on charges of robbery with a deadly weapon, assault with a deadly weapon, and petty theft. Court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, it did find probable cause for your arrest. We're going to set your bond in count one in the amount of $10,000. Count two, we're going to stay your bond amount of $1,500. Count three, we're going to stay your bond amount of $100. Condition your bond have no contact with any victims or witnesses. May not return to the scene of the location. May not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You're out on bond of 2020 CF 10804 AO. The court is going to revoke that bond, set a new bond at $0. We want to appoint a public defender to represent you in all your cases. Have a great day, sir.
Mr. Randall.
All right, this is Avery Randall in 2021 CF 2198. We want to appoint a public defender to represent him in his case.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
I'm going to set his bond in count one, an amount of $100,000, count two, an amount of $1,000.
Say 100,000?
Yes, ma'am. Condition of the bond had no contact with the victims, any victims or witnesses. And possessing of weapons or firearms, the weapons or firearms he has need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. He was on bond in 2020 CF 13545AO. And in that case, the court's going to revoke that bond. When I said a new bond is $0. Still no contact with any victims or witnesses in that case, even from the jail. Tell me your name, ma'am.
Victoria Marie Ricky.
Ms. Renke, you're here in 2020 MM 6863BO for a failure to appear warrant. The judge in that case set your bond at $0. You're also here in 2020 CF 12004AO case for a failure to appear warrant. The judge in that case set your bond amount of $2,000. Ms. Kenny Swanson, is there an offer? I don't know if there's an offer for the misdemeanor case.
I have 1 second.
So one of them has no bond?
Yes. Check. Does she have a public defender after that case? No? The 2020 MM case?
It's in the system. My family had looked up, they seen a $500 bond.
I don't know. As to, you have a bond, to your felony case, you have a bond. As to the misdemeanor case, you do not have a bond.
I'll do an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return, cost of investigation of $74.48 to the Orlando Police Department.
48 cents?
7448.
Ms. Renke, if you want to resolve your misdemeanor case, you can do so today if you would like. As to the petty theft, it's an adjudication of guilt. Credit for time served, which is
2 days.
2 days in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. There's a cost of investigation of $74.48 to OPD, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
For Orlando Police.
No, I'm sorry, Orange County.
Orange County Sheriff's Office. To the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and not going to be able to return to the location where this happened. You want to take that offer to resolve that case?
Yes.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ma'am, you're here in 2020 MM 6863BO on a charge of petty theft for $100 or more. That's a first degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You understand that by entering a plea of, you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case?
No contest?
You understand by entering a plea of no contest to this case, you want to give up certain constitutional rights?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Yes, yes.
You understand that one of those rights is you're going to give up the right to have a trial where the state's going to have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes.
You understand you give the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at that trial?
Yes.
At that trial, your attorney can challenge the state's evidence. They can question the state's witnesses and call witnesses on your behalf. You understand
Yes.
that?
Yes.
If there was a witness you wanted to call that did not want to come to court, the court can use subpoena power to make that witness appear. Do you understand?
Yes.
Are you under influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
You understand why entering this plea is if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes.
You understand that you're waiving your right to remain silent.
Yes.
You understand you're waiving your right to appeal any errors in this case except the court's jurisdiction over you and the sentence I'm going to impose.
Yes.
You understand that just like in your felony case, that this conviction can be used at a later date to enhance your sentencing up to a third-degree felony.
Yes.
I did have an opportunity to review your charging affidavit when I was in my chambers this morning. I do find a factual basis for the hearing of your plea. I'll accept your plea of no contest in this case, find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for 2 days in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. I order you not return to the scene of the location of the incident. There is $74.48 to the Orange County Sheriff's Office in cost of investigation. The court costs and cost of prosecution in this case are $273.
Okay.
I order that all those costs are paid directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date.
Okay.
You got 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, have a great day, ma'am.
So I do have a bond, though, that I can bond up.
You have a $2,000 bond, that's your felony case.
Thank you.
All right, have a great day. Right away. All right, ma'am, tell me your name.
Lash Rodriguez.
Ms. Rodriguez, you're here in 2015 CF 16756AO for a failure to appear warrant. The judge signing your warrant set your bond at $0. Your bond remain at $0. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in your case to get you in front of the appropriate judge so you can have a bond hearing. All right, have a great day, ma'am.
I don't have a bond.
No, ma'am. Before I throw it away by accident. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Kevin Rosen.
Mr. Rosen, you're here in 2021 CF 12188AO on a couple charges. One is grand theft. The other one's dealing in stolen property. The other one is grand theft from a dwelling or curtilage. The other one is receiving money from a pawnbroker by false verification, identification. The other one is burglary of a dwelling. The judge signing your warrant in this case has already found probable cause for all of those charges. And I'm going to set your bond in count one for the burglary in the amount of $5,000. I'm going to state other bonds as set. I'm going to make a condition of the bond that you not return to the scene or location. You have no contact with any victims or witnesses. You're not allowed to do any secondhand pawn transactions while you're out on release in this case. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You can ask Ms. George your question because everything you asked me is on the record.
I talked to you.
All right, sir, tell me your name. Mr. Stewart, you're here in 2019 CF 5317AO on a failure to appear warrant. The judge signing your warrant in this case set your bond at $0. Your bond remain at $0 in this case. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case to get you in front of that judge for the appropriate bond hearing. Have a great day, sir. Well then, tell me your name, sir.
Bitcoin Thomas, sir.
Mr. Thomas, you're here in 2021 CF 2255AO on charges of possession of a firearm by convicted felon and carrying a concealed firearm. The court did review the affidavit, did find probable cause. Count one. I guess Ms. Kennedy Swanson, I got a question for you. Is it still carrying concealed? Do you see it and then he puts it away?
They have a moment.
Because most of the cases I'll see that had been hidden from ordinary view.
No objection to RORs to count two.
All right. I think the chicken came before the egg. As a count two, the court's gonna release you or find no probable cause, release you on recognizance as a count two. As a count one, we're gonna release you on pretrial release in that case, on that charge. In addition to pretrial release, you're not possessing weapons or firearms, no any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
Yes, sir.
Have no contact with any co-defendants or witnesses in this case? Because I don't know who's this person that you allegedly have been hanging out with, or this group of people, but you may want to rethink that. Because
Yes, sir.
you're born in 96.
Yes, sir.
And it seems like you're on a quick path to digging yourself a hole by hanging out with the wrong people. So it may not return to the scene, the location where this happened. Stay out of trouble, man.
Yes, sir. I will.
This is not it's not juvenile court.
Yes, sir.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
I think I lost mine. There it is. Oh, there it is. Came back. That's why they shouldn't get this thing to me. Keep telling you all that. Keep trying to- It's at the end of the scanner. All right, sir, tell me your name. Oh, sorry. Torres Gomez. All right, it's Torres Gomez in 2021. Well, hold on. He's here for just for the violation of. Yep, he's just here for 2020 CF 7896 and 2020 CF 5491 and 2020 CF 78. Well, again 7896, right? He's just here for the violation of.
He's just here for 20 CF 5491.
Just 20 CF 5491. I have a 96 in here too. Yeah, I have 7896 of an affidavit, and then I have 5491. I have both. I'm gonna appoint a public defender to represent him in both his cases. Ms. George, you want to waive?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll waive.
All right, the judge signed the KPSs in those cases. Says bond is $0. Bond will remain at $0. And we'll get him on to his next court dates. All right, the scanner died, so sorry, court reporting. State your name, sir.
Louis Vega, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Vega, you're here in 2021 CF 2247 AO for a charge of possession of fentanyl. The court did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance as to this case. But if you're having problems with substance abuse, there are resources here at the jail, resources down at the courthouse, and resources elsewhere in the community that can help you with that, with your problem. That drug that you're arrested for having, if that is true, is killed almost 100,000 people since 2016. I think over 100,000 people at this point. So you might want to get some help to deal with that. All right. Have a great day, sir. Say, in the Central Florida area, 100,000 people, I think since 2016 was the last stat I looked at. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Jimmy Walton.
Mr. Walton, you're here in 2019 CF 4613 AO for a failure to appear warrant. The judge signing your warrant set your bond at $0. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. And we're going to get you on to your next court date, sir. Have a great day. All right, this is Ms. Ward. They're here in 2021 CF 2254, and they're on probation in 2019 CF 1967. We'll appoint a public defender to represent her in both cases.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
case or,
Okay.
she had one case or two cases?
I think that she's already been violated on the 2019 case. I just called it. Say again?
She's already been in on.
Yeah, that's why she's in custody. So I'm not gonna take any action or further action as to her probation case. If I did find probable cause based on the charging affidavit for her offenses, I'm gonna stay her bonds as set in those cases.
No.
Alright. All right, ma'am, tell me your name.
Ward.
Ms. Ward, you're here in 2021 CF 1470AO on a warrant signed by a judge for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and battery on a person 65 years or older. The judge has already found probable cause for your arrest and set your bonds amount of $3,500 as to count one and $100 as to count two. You're out on bond. Condition of that bond is you have no contact with the victim and you're not returned to the scene of the location. I'm going to add you not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You're out on bond 2020 CF 15205AO. The court's going to revoke that bond. We'll set a new bond of $0. On point of public defender represents you, ma'am. Have a great day.
Would you be willing to revoke the bond and set a new bond? My client does work full-time. So we would just ask that if you would be willing to increase the bond as opposed to setting it at 9.
That is based on the new charges she was arrested on.
When is the hearing?
All right, ma'am, tell me your name. Ms. Wood, you're here in 2021 CL 2256AO on two charges. One is burglary of an occupied dwelling with a solid battery therein, and the second charge is battery. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. Ms. Kennedy Swanson, what do you say as to this one?
I believe the defendant should continue to be held at no bond as count one is a punished by life felony.
All right, Ms. George.
No argument, Your Honor. Reserve the right to have Arthur here.
All right. Without any further input from the victim, of course.
Actually, Your Honor, on this one, we would ask that you set a bond. However, we are not giving up our right to have Arthur.
We're back. All right, we're on record in 2021 CF 2256AO. Court's going to set your bond at count one amount of $50,000, and count two, we're going to set your bond amount of $1,000. Additionally, your bond is that you have no contact with the victim in this case, not return to the scene of the location where this incident happened. You're not possessing weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
I don't understand.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I can go. Like, it's just like. They just covered on whatever it wants. All right. Tell me your name, ma'am.
Lauren Zayas.
Ms. Zayas, you're here in 2020 CF 15035AO on a charge of failure to redeliver a hired vehicle. The judge signing your warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to stay your bond amount of $1,000 in this case. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you. Have a great day, ma'am. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Kevin Edwards.
Mr. Edwards, you're here in 2019 CS 6598 AO for a violation of probation. The judge signing your warrant set your bond at $0. Your bond will remain at $0. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. I'm not taking any action in his auto bond case 2021 MM 26AE. Have a great day, sir. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Paul Heyman, sir.
Mr. Heyman, you're here in 2016 CF 6460 and 2016 CF 4571 BO and 2016 CF 6149 AO for violation of probation. The judge is signing your warrants in those cases. Set your bond at $0. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, sir, tell me your name.
Reese.
Show your face.
Reese Woods.
All right, Mr. Woods, you're here in 2020 CF 1520 AO on a violation of probation warrant. The judge signed your warrant, set your bond at $0. We're going to appoint a public defender to represent you in your case. Have a great day, sir. Yes, sir. Tell me your name.
Christopher.
What's your full name?
Christopher Jermosen.
Gamoson. Mr. Gamoson, you're here for an Allen County warrant from Polk County for a violation of probation. The judge in Polk County set your bond at $0. We're going to appoint a public defender to represent you in the case while you're here in my custody, and we get you on to Polk County as soon as we can. Have a great day, sir. All right, come on. There you go. Tell me your name. Your name. Cover your face. Cover your face. Tell me your name.
Ian Bogart.
Mr. LeVar, you're for an out-of-county warrant from Monroe County. The judge in Monroe County set your bond at $0. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you while you're in my custody. Ma'am,
Yeah, this is Mr. Bogart.
Mr. Bogart.
Yeah.
You gotta let me know. I couldn't hear him. Mr. Bogart, you're here for a out-of-county warrant from Pinellas County. The judge in Pinellas County set your bond is at $300. You can bond at $300, or we get you on to Pinellas County as soon as we can. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you while you're here in my custody. Have a great day. Tell me your name, sir.
Irvin LaFair.
All right, sorry. Mr. LaFair, you're here for a warrant from Monroe County. The judge in Monroe County set your bond at $0. We'll get you on to Monroe County as soon as you can. I will appoint a public defender to represent you in this case, while you're here in my custody. And I'm not going to take any action on your 2021 MM 738 AO case. Have a great day, sir. All right, ma'am. Come, tell me your name.
Felicia Sargent.
Miss Sargent, you're here for two out-of-county warrants from Polk County. And one of the warrants, the judge set your bond at $0, and the other warrant, your bond is $1,000. I want to point the public defender to represent you while you're here in my custody. We're going to get you on to Polk County as soon as we can. All right, have a great day.
You're gonna get me to Polk County as soon as you can?
Yep, we're going to try to get you on. We're probably going to reach out to Polk County in the next couple of days and try to see what we can do.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's see if we got an interpreter. Because it's already after 12.
Yeah, we're gonna go down the list.
Hello, Cisco Unity Connection Messaging.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Carlos Morales, State Certified Spanish Court Interpreter. The interpreter has been sworn in already today.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Morales. This is Judge Payne calling from the BRC. We're in courtroom 1, about to bring in our first defendant and get his headsets on if we can find him. And he has to put on the headsets on now, see if we can make a connection.
Hey. We're connected, Your Honor.
All right. All right, sir, tell me your name. Sir, tell me.
Pedro Gallegos. Pedro Gallegos.
All right. Mr. Gallegos, you are here in 2020 CT12458W for a failure to appear warrant. The judge signing your warrant set you bond at $2,000. Any sponsors that offer resolve this case? Yes.
Withhold credit for time served.
All right, sir. The state of Florida is offering a withhold adjudication guilt credit time served. You want to resolve your case today? Resolve it today?
I'm not hearing very well.
Okay.
¿Me puede repetir otra vez lo que me dijo el juez?
Could you please repeat what the judge said?
I said, sir, this offer from the state of Florida is a withhold of adjudication and guilt, credit time served. The interpreter's too low? The volume of the interpreter? See if AV can pump up the volume in the headsets. You walked away too soon. Just try to, Mr. Morales, try it one more time. Otherwise, we may have to just go over the overhead and get these headsets.
Ok.
Okay.
¿Qué es lo que tengo que hacer?
So what do I have to do?
If you want to resolve your case today, the offer is a withhold of adjudication of guilt. I'll give you credit for the 4 days that you have in Orange County Jail. Court costs of $301. If you want to bond out today, bond is $2,000. It's up to you. So what do you want to do? Take the offer, or do you want to resolve the case another time?
So, para pagar, yo quiero salir. ¿Tengo que pagar cuánto?
So I would like to get out. So how much would I have to pay?
The bond in your case is $2,000. If you want to resolve your case today and not have to come back to court again and not be arrested for failing to appear, you resolve your case today with a withhold of adjudication of guilt, credit time served.
Ok. Sí lo resuelvo hoy para ya no regresar.
All right, I'll resolve it today so as to not have to come back.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? There you go. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sí.
All right.
Yes.
Put your hand down. Sir, you're here in 2020 CT 1245AW on charge of driving license suspended. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in a county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
No contest.
Tengo que decir si soy culpable o culpable, ¿verdad?
So I have to say if I'm guilty or not guilty, right?
Yeah, you got to enter a plea, guilty or no contest.
Yo soy culpable de manejar sin licencia. Sin licencia.
Well, I'm guilty of driving without a license.
All right. You understand about entering a plea of guilty, you give up certain constitutional rights.
Can Your Honor repeat that, please?
Do you understand by entering a plea of guilty, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights?
Oh, sí.
Yes.
You understand that one of those rights you're going to give up the right to have a trial where the state had to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Sí.
Yes.
You understand you give up the right to have the court appoint an attorney to represent you if you cannot afford it.
No puedo ganar un público abogado, ¿verdad? Sí, que si no tengo dinero puedo agarrar un public defender o no.
So if I don't have any money, then I could get a public defender, or I can't get a public defender.
You can get a public defender, but if you want to enter this plea, you're going to give up that right to do that right now.
Oh.
All right, that's fine.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with mental health illness?
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
No.
Do you understand about entering this plea if you're not a United States citizen and could subject you to deportation?
See.
Yes.
All right, sir, I did have an opportunity to review your citation and your driving record. I do find a factual basis of your plea. I'll accept your plea if guilty in this case, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I will withhold adjudication of guilt. I give you credit for the 4 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 4 days credit time served. The court calls the cost of prosecution in the case of $301. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
All right. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Marvin Perez. Perez.
Marvin Perez.
Mr. Perez, you're here in 2021 CT 1499AO on a charge of no valid driver's license. The court did review the charging affidavit, did find a factual basis for probable cause for your arrest of state.
Sorry, withholding credit for time.
The state is offering you a withhold of adjudication of guilt credit time served, sir. Do you want to take that offer to resolve your case today?
Sí.
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
La verdad. Yes.
The truth. Yes.
Put your hand down. Sir, you're here for a charge of no valid driver's license. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve the case?
Culpable.
Guilty.
You understand by entering a plea of guilty, you're going to give up certain constitutional rights. The first right you're going to give up is the right to have a trial where the state will have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand that?
Sí.
Yes.
You understand you give up the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you in this case if you cannot afford it.
Sí.
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or forced you to enter this plea?
No.
No.
You understand by entering this plea if you're not a United States citizen and could subject you to deportation?
Sí. Sí.
You gotta speak up, sir.
Sí.
Yes.
All right, sir. The court did review your charging affidavit and did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I will accept your plea of guilty in this case. Find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Withhold adjudication of guilt. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court calls the cost of prosecution in this case of $301. I order you pay those costs directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment, sentence, sentence in writing. Have a great day, sir.
Gracias.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, Mr. Ross, I have 6 more cases. Let me know if you need a break in any of that time.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Alain Quintero.
Mr. Quintero, you are here in 2021 CT 307AW on charge of no valid driver's license. Court did review a charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. State. All right, Mr. Quintero, just here in August for the same charge, so the court is not comfortable withholding adjudication, but I will still offer the credit time served. So it'll be adjudication of guilt, credit time served if you want to resolve your case today.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Sir, do you want to accept the offer of adjudication of guilt, credit time served today?
Sí.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
I swear.
All right, give your hand down. Sir, you're here in 2021 CT 307AW on charge of no valid driver's license. That's a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable by 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You understand you're going to give up certain constitutional. Hold on. You want to enter guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
Guilty.
You understand by entering a plea of guilty in this case, you do have the right to have a trial where you still have to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
No.
No.
You now understand you have the right to a trial?
I can take it to trial, or
If you want to, you have the right to do that, but if we're there this plea, you're waiving that right.
all right, that's fine.
You understand you're waiving your right to have an attorney appointed to represent you.
All right, that's fine.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No. Nada de eso.
No, nothing like that.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental illness?
No.
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Oh. Sí, señor.
Yes, I understand.
I had an opportunity to view your charging affidavit in this case, as well as your driving record. I did find a factual basis for the end of your plea. I'll accept your plea of guilty in this case. Find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court costs and the cost of prosecution in this case are $306. Sir, I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. Have a great day, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Mi nombre es Leonardo Gonzalez.
My name is Leonardo Gonzalez.
Mr. Gonzalez, you're here in 2020 MM1433AO on a failure to appear warrant. That set your bond in the amount of $2,000. I'm not sure if Ms. Kennedy Swanson is able to resolve this case today.
I am not, Your Honor.
All right, sir, your bond remain at $2,000. I'm not taking any action on your 2019 MM9712AO case. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you while you're in custody. Have a great day, sir.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
David Osorio Sepúlveda.
David Osorio Sepúlveda.
Mr. Osorio Sepulveda, you are here in 2021 CF1335AO. Arrested on a warrant for several charges. The first one being burglary of conveyance, the second one being petty theft, and there are 8 counts of fraudulent use of a credit card. State your bonds as set by the judge. An amount of $10,000 as to count 1, $500 as to count 2, and $2,000 as to each of the fraudulent use of the credit card. You're going to have no contact with the victim in this case. Now return to the scene, the location where this happened. You are to have no contact with your co-defendant, Ms. Melissa Carrillo.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what was the last name?
Vilcatueros. Ilcatueros. That you are not possess any personal identification except your own, to the condition of your release. One point of public defender to represent you in this case. Have a great day, sir.
¿Puedo decir que yo no sé por qué nos tienen aquí? No sé qué está pasando. Tienen mi mujer no tiene conciencia de nada, no sabe qué está pasando tampoco. Nosotros somos chilenos, familia, estamos solos, queremos volver a nuestro país, estamos desesperados, no sabemos por qué nos tienen. Mi mujer también no sabemos por qué nos tienen.
Well, I would like to say that really I don't know why I'm even here, why I'm being held, and my wife doesn't even know why she's here. We're not aware of why we're here. We're from Chile, and we don't have any family members here. We don't have any family here. We're all alone here. We need to get back to our country, and we're desperate because we don't know what's going on.
That may happen sooner than later, but right now, your bonds are set. You have somebody explain to you, the public defender's office is appointed to represent you. I'll translate or explain to you the warrant that I've read involving the charges that you're facing. So have a great day at this time.
Okay, muchas gracias.
All right, thank you.
Hello, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Byron José Rubio. Byron José Rubio.
Byron José Rubio.
Mr. Rubio, you are here in 2015 CF4714AO for a failure to appear warrant, and the judge signing a warrant set your bond at 0. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case while you're in custody, and we'll get you on to your next court dates. Have a great day, sir.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Tell me your name, ma'am.
Melissa Vilcatueros. Sí.
Melissa Vilcatueros.
All right, ma'am, you are here in 2021 CF 1340AO on a warrant signed by a judge finding probable cause for the charges of burglary of conveyance, petty theft, and 8 counts of fraudulent use of a credit card. The court is going to state the bonds as set by the judge and count one amount of $10,000, $500 as the counts, and then $2,000 for each of the 8 counts of fraudulent use of a credit card. You have no contact with the victim in this case, not return to the scene or location where this happened. You may not possess any
I'm sorry.
identification.
Did you?
Sorry, go ahead.
I apologize. You said no contact with the victims and with the co-defendant?
Yeah, I was about to get to that. No contact with the co-defendant in this case as well. You may not possess any personal identification except your own as a condition of your release. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you. And since you have a co-defendant, one of you will get regional conflict
Yo
counsel.
tengo un abogado.
One will get you the co-defendant. Don't speak about the facts of your case, ma'am. Everything you say to me is being recorded and used against you at a later date. All right, so have a great day.
Sabe que yo tengo un abogado particular.
Well, I already have a private attorney.
Who is your attorney?
No me sé el nombre, pero mi tía lo contrató y él iba a estar en la corte. Mi tía lo contrató al abogado y él sabe de la corte. Sí, pero no me sé su nombre porque no he podido hablar con él.
Okay. Well, I don't know his name. My aunt hired him, and he is aware of the court proceeding, but I don't know his name. I haven't had a chance to talk to him.
All right. Well, I don't have a notice of appearance from him, but once he does file a notice of appearance, the public defender's office or regional conflict will withdraw. I just want to make sure you're not in the custody without representation. All right. So have a great day, ma'am.
Gracias.
All right, thank you.
All right, this last one, Mr. Morales.
Yes,
sir. Tell me your name.
¿Cómo? Kevin Santiago.
Kevin Santiago.
Mr. Santiago, you are here from out of county warrant from Polk County. The judge in that case is about for a violation of probation. Set your bond at $0. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you while you're in my custody. We're going to get you on to Polk County as soon as we can. Have a great day, sir.
All right, thank you.
And I believe that was it for Mr. Morales. Thank you kindly, sir.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, have anything else for the better of the order for the day?
No, Your Honor.
Everybody,
On the status hearing,
what's that?
wasn't there an add-on status hearing?
Yeah, we're going to cancel that. He's bonded. So the guy that, Mr. Smith,
Davis.
or Davis, was it Davis or Smith?
Jaquan.
Jaquan Davis, yeah, Mr. Jaquan Davis bonded apparently. Unless he didn't bond, and then we shouldn't need to talk about him. Yeah. It's empty back there. There's nobody back there. So information I got was he bonded yesterday before I can get the judge from Hendry I can talk to him about what judge from Hendry was offering him. Everybody have a great weekend. Oh, not great. We'll take Wednesday. Oh Lord. I was canceling the rest of the week. I'm done. I'm canceling y'all. Rest of the week.
Hello? Audio Visual Department, this is Darren.
Hi, it's Paul.
How can I direct your call? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna call back into the headset.
Okay. Do you want to use my codec for that, or what are you gonna do?
Hey man, I got this.
Okay.
I got a phone right here. 483-0413. It takes a good second or so, but I'm in the mixer as well. Hello. Check. Yes, I definitely hear myself. So, 0.2. Check. 1, 2. B.
Say it something again.
Check. Can you hear me?
Actually, you could go up a little bit more, but I can hear you. In a courtroom, I can see where it's better. Oh, you're too loud in one and not enough in the other. That's plenty of volume. Yeah. This. Is it? It's the. Oh, I mean before. You can turn it down, Darren. One of these ports is bad. You can turn it down. Because you're like overdriven now. That's much better. One of these ports is a little funky. Try that headset now. Huh? Is he talking? Yeah. You don't hear it at all? Or? Oh, no, I faintly. Is it more? That's interesting. So let's just take that headset away.
What's up? Yep, sure can.
What happens when you subtract a negative number? Things go up.
So now what we'll do is we'll call Astrid and ask her if she can dial in, and be like, "This is what you're hearing." It's clamping. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, 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 check. I can hear myself. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, 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 check. Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Uh-huh. Oh, it's because we're in call. What do you have as a background going on for the team monitors? What is your camera pointed at for the monitors? Yeah. I can see you in one, but not the other. Yeah. Because then the attorneys can't see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so either. Hey, I'm putting the headset down for a second. All right, I'm back on. Let's get the video. So output. There you are. We're on both now. Okay, what was it? I don't know. Did I change that or did you? I think you did. All I did was turn CEC on. Okay, well let me check this real quick then.
Hey, there you are.
All right, that's enough of that. Patty gave me a giant hug whenever I stopped by and saw her. Really? She says she really misses us. I'm sure she does. Lord. Hey, that run. All right, I'm gonna call Astrid real quick and see if she can dial in. Okay. Yeah. Talk for a second right there. What now? Go ahead and talk for me with the headset in both.
and standing in front of that,
Check
just to
one,
make
two,
sure.
three, four. Check, 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 check. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, 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 check.
There's a slight delay on that, so do you want me to keep that in the PA system or take it out? Or sorry, do you want me to keep that going to the codec, that podium microphone?
Yeah, let's keep it there.
Okay, because there is a slight delay there, but I don't know if that's going to cause an issue. But either way, if I guess that is, then we can just pull that out.
Okay. I'd like to keep it there because, like I said, when they do a lot of
For sure.
events, a lot of times they don't
For sure.
have them put the headsets on.
That would be nice. Cool. So, all right. I guess let me know about the DV, or should I call Matt and ask him, or?
I'll send an email to Jim Blackwell.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, see you.
Hey, are you anywhere near your workstation or a workstation? Yeah. Can you dial into BRC headset for me? I think I hear you. Yes, please. Yes, please. Actually, you know what? If you want to, I can dial the regular and you can pick it up. Well, I mean, I did dial the podium, but right. I don't have my headsets on because I'm talking to you on the phone. That's fine, but I wanted both pieces to be in play, so can I dial the button?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, man's gonna push the button. So that, yeah, just on the codec. Alright, I got you completely disconnected from the phone call now.
Yeah, I had to hang up. Hold on, I'm putting the headsets on.
I see you. Not to sound creepy or anything.
Hold on, Paul. I don't have my headsets plugged in. Give me a second.
That's okay.
I moved some things around here in my office at home. Okay. All right, I'm in the headset now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you over the PA system, but not in the headset yet.
How about now? Can you hear me in the headset?
PA.
So I don't know why it's not transferring over. I'm dialed in on the... I'm wearing my headset. You're hearing me over the PA even when I don't press the foot pedal. Isn't that's not okay. I'm gonna hang up from the podium and dial again.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
I just put the
Are you
headset back on.
Can you hear me in the headset?
Check 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Say something again.
Can you hear me, Paul? Can you
Way
hear
over
me?
the PA system. I'm not getting you over the.
So, isn't it that you hear me? You're supposed to hear me over the PA if I step on the pedal.
Okay.
It's release the pedal. No, I haven't. I'm not stepping on the pedal. That's the thing. You shouldn't be able to hear me over the headset. I mean, over the loudspeaker. You should only because I don't have the pedal pressed.
You're not stepping on the pedal at all?
I am not.
Something is happening here.
Sounds like a song. There's something happening here. I can't sing for crap. So, but yeah. So you could not hear me in the headset at all?
No.
And I hear an echo, but I hear an echo like from you over there, not necessarily in my headset.
Something's happening with your system because you shouldn't be able to. I doubt very seriously this will let me log into your. Yeah.
Is the problem with my system in particular, Paul?
Did you hear?
Not exactly.
Oh, she was asking if the problem was with her system.
I believe so, yes. Because I was going to have you test and listen to what Carlos was experiencing, and you would be the 5th interpreter today that we've. Sorry. Laura, me, Alia, Carlos, and you'd be the 4th interpreter.
Okay, so you're away from the mic, so I don't hear you as well.
I was going to have you check the. And hear what everybody else was experiencing, because you would be the 4th person now to log in with VRI, but I think your system is having some issues.
Okay. Did anybody else have issues with the system?
So the only person that's really expressed anything crazy about the echo was Carlos. Both Dahlia Theo and Laura B all said that it was there, but it was workable. So I just wanted to get your opinion on it. But unfortunately, because there's 4 microphones right there, and 2 of them are the headset microphones, 2 of them are the podium microphones, unfortunately, we're gonna have a little bit of an echo and a delay just because we have 2 separate connections happening at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So unfortunately, it won't be perfect, but it's a matter of whether it's workable or not.
Okay.
But Dahlia had no problems with it earlier. And that's what I was a little concerned about when Carlos was saying that he was experiencing an echo.
Right. And when I had the conversation with when Carlos said that, like, he didn't know that we had spoken about anything. Like, basically, he put on the Teams chat the thing that I sent to you, and I said, and then I wrote back, well, Dalia just tested at 11:15 with AV, you know what it, and it seemed like the problem had been resolved. And then Dalia responded, yes, and they tested with what did she write? She wrote something like that Alan had tested BRC2. Oh, and they tested BRC2 with Alan is what she wrote. Yeah, so Carlos wrote the thing about still a loud echo on my end. Defendant is complaining that his volume is too low. Now, obviously, Carlos didn't make that up as far as the defendant complaining that the volume was too low, and that was at 102. So then I said, Carlos, send the email to AV once you're finished. They tested with Dalia at 11:15, and supposedly it was fine. So he said yes, and he's responding yes to sending you guys an email. And then Dalia just wrote back, and they tested with BRC2 with Alan. So that was it. That was the whole thing.
Okay.
So obviously, the only reason I included you on the email about Payne was because when they called me at 12 something, like it was just right before I wrote the email, the Ashley, I guess, was talking, and she said to the judge, and I heard him, because she first, it sounded like it was like they called for an interpreter and the interpreter wasn't answering the like we weren't picking up the call.
Mm-hmm.
So initially that's what it sounded like to me. So I said, wait, are you saying that no interpreter was available? And they're like, and then the judge said, no, we were having technical issues, and that's why we weren't able to utilize the interpreter.
Which is funny because Darren was standing literally like with him the whole entire time that the last time he tried to make the phone call and no one answered, as well as when Carlos was here doing
so when he tried to call that nobody answered was like at 12:17.
Yeah.
And then Ashley called me on my cell phone, and she asked, are the interpreters not available? And I said, that's correct. The interpreters are at lunch from 12 to 1. And then initially, I guess it was going to be the reason why the interpreters were not utilized prior to 12 o'clock. Not that I don't need a reason. I don't need an explanation. You don't have to explain it to me. Sometimes they forget, the docket goes long, whatever. I didn't need an explanation. But, so then I heard that then the thing was that, something about the interpreters. And I said, well, I mean, are you saying that we didn't answer before 12? And then it was like, no, we had technical issues. And I said, well, did you let AV know or whatever? And then I said that I was going to forward that I would let AV know. And they didn't say, don't do that. They didn't say, oh, they already fixed it. You know what I mean? And that's why I sent that email.
The whole situation was just weird to me because Darren was in the courtroom and I was actually around the corner listening in remotely.
Yeah.
And literally Darren was here the whole time with the judge. So it was just kind of intriguing to me as to what they were reporting. Because the clerk was, I don't know if it was the same clerk, but Darren did say that the clerk was sitting at the bench when
I think the person that called me though was the JA, Ashley.
Okay.
I think it was Judge Payne's JA that called me because when I responded to the email, she said thank you and everything, and I believe her name comes up as his JA.
All right.
Ashley.
Well.
Oh yeah, so she is his JA. So Ashley Figueroa is the judicial assistant to Judge Payne.
Okay.
So yeah, she's the person. So it was her that I spoke to, not the clerk. I mean, I don't think it was the clerk. I think it was her. Although, to be honest with you, I don't think I asked her name. She said she was looking for somebody to talk to in interpreting, and had seen my name on an email. So
get to the bottom.
Yeah, no, definitely, I get it. I definitely get it. But I don't know what the issue is. And to be honest with you, Paul, sometimes like when the inmates say, I mean, like when there's complaints about the headset or about the volume or this or that, sometimes, they don't want to use it, or they understand some English and they want to kind of listen to what the judge is saying and at the same time try to hear the interpreter. It's a mess.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
that
And
that
obviously if they're wearing the headset, if it has, do the headsets there have both ears covered?
yes.
Okay. So I mean, obviously, when you wear that type of headset, you're not going to hear the judge. You're only going to hear the interpreter. So I'm
And
like,
that
I
was
don't know.
and that
I
was
don't know
kind of
what
the
the issue is
discussion that
there.
Darren and I was having earlier, because we could easily mute the two tabletop microphones that are right here in the same area. But the problem with that is I've heard a ton of times over the weekends that the judge just say, "Hey, there's a witness in the box. Let's not use the headset." And Mr. or Mrs. Interpreter, will you please interpret over the PA system? And
Yes,
I would hate to lean one direction
definitely
and then have the
happens.
next judge counteract it.
Yeah, no, that definitely happens. If there is a witness, they definitely can't wear the headset because the witness, the thing's only there at the podium and the other person is either behind the glass or, I think behind the glass or at the little box in there. And all they do is not wear the headset. So so that does happen on the weekends, especially on the DV cases.
Yeah, and the last thing that I want to do is just have us receive a phone call on the weekend,
Yep, yep.
because that'll just cause us more hassle. All right, well, we'll run with this, but we need to have somebody sit down and check your headset,
Okay.
because you were definitely not outputting any audio. Typically that's a route issue, so I'll have the systems guys check that out first.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, sounds good. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'll head back.
Hey, buddy. What's up? So I swapped out the mixer in 5A completely.